Conte is Mourinho, he's Rafa Benitez. I played for Rafa Benitez, and I know, I don't think Conte, what you're saying, how Tottenham played in the second half, that for him is losing control of his team. It's a bit end to end. I know exactly, picture Rafa Benitez, he always felt like, you see Conte on the side of the pitch, and Rafa Benitez was like that. It was almost like he's almost moving chess pieces about on the pitch, and it's like, I want control of this game, and control for me is that the opposition never look like scoring a goal, and we've got the players at the top end of the pitch, Son, Kulusevski, Kane, they'll always get us a goal. There's that mentality to start the game. And I don't think that will ever change. And I'm not criticising, I've played for managers for it, and Conte's had success doing it. I think where the problem is, when I look at them, is what you've just said there. You said they've got the weakest defence, or defenders maybe in the top six.
Well, Romero's the only one that would probably get into the other team.
Yeah, and what I think is, I don't think Conte's got the goalkeeper or the defenders right now for his plan to completely work, because his plan is about, like, you can't score against them, and they've got that quality at the end of the pitch, but it is too easy to score against them, because I don't think they've got the quality of defenders, and certainly the backup ones now, when you see Davinson Sanchez come in, Lenglet's come in, I saw him against Newcastle, I wasn't sure. Romero looks like the only one who I'd say is top draw. Eric Dyer made a big mistake yesterday, but I think he's done okay under Conte. But for me, and I've taught this for years, I know he's a World Cup winner, the goalkeeper's not good enough. In terms of getting Tottenham to really challenging, I don't think he's good enough.
Do you think they'd have to go and get somebody in January?
I haven't got a name for you, but if you actually look at what happened with Man City when they brought Ederson, and you see Liverpool when they brought Alisson in, he makes too many mistakes. And I just don't think right now, Antonio Conte, he's brought attacking players in, he needs a top centre-back, and he needs a top goalkeeper. And the way he plays has proven successful over the years.
Do you think that style of play can win a league? I mean,
he won the league.
He's been successful with that in the past, but with a Klopp, with Guardiola, with these very attacking managers, do you think that style can
listen,
win?
100% now, I think football now, and I think everybody in here now, the way we see football is different the way we saw it maybe 15, 20 years ago, where you hear a manager just say, as long as we get 3 points on a Saturday. I think supporters want more than that now. I think, everyone's an analyst, everyone's on social media, everyone's dissecting every word the manager says, every pass or challenge a player makes, we're all over it. And yeah, supporters want that. They want results as well as a stylish type of football. And that's maybe never going to be there with Conte. But when you play the way Conte does, like a Mourinho, like a Benitez, you have to win right now. So when we say about Conte building and having lots more transfer windows, I don't really see that. I think it's got to happen for the next 2 transfer windows, because he's not going to be there that long. And Spurs fans won't put up for that long, that style of football, because that football has to win right now. And that's what made Jose Mourinho so special, because everywhere he went, he won.
I was battered by most on-screen and off-screen for my stance that I didn't think Conte should come to Manchester United when he was an available manager, when United desperately needed an experienced, good manager, because I knew this situation that we're talking about now would arrive. And I know that basically he's a brilliant manager, but this conversation always comes with a Benitez, a Mourinho and a Conte now, because fans, fortunately, they've had enough of that, what would be football that I used to play in at times. We used to sit back, play counter-attacks, defend deep against Arsenal. We play against Arsenal, counter-attacks, sit back. But fans don't accept it anymore. The best managers don't accept it anymore at the very top. And I think that's where it always comes to that friction point whereby...
Do you actually think the best players accept it now?
No,
I always think that.
You're absolutely right. The players want an idea. They want a progressive, proactive idea. They don't want a passive sort of, if you like, they don't want to hear about the opposition too much. They want to hear about what we're going to do. They're more positive thinking than we were. We wanted to know how to stop the opposition. That's how we are as pundits sometimes. We always see a goal from a point of view, what's the defender done wrong? We never see it from the attacking side, but fans see it very much the other way now. They've seen too much attacking football. And the fact of the matter is, same with Gareth Southgate with England. Gareth Southgate's had success with England in the last 2 tournaments relatively. But because he plays Declan Rice and Phillips in midfield, the 3 at the back, they want Grealish, they want Maddison, they want all these players filling the team, and they're giving him a hard time for it. We see it from the other side, that Gareth's done a great job, because he's got to the final of a tournament and a semi-final. But Tottenham fans groaned yesterday, and the feeling around the stadium was...
What would you like to see, Flav? Like entertaining football or a trophy?
I've got two... I'd like a trophy. That would be lovely. Yeah. No, I mean, I've got to say, like,
Yeah, but it's not one or the other. People always say that. I think that come up in the studio yesterday.
Yeah.
The lads were talking about, yeah, but they need a trophy. It's as if like playing like that's a guarantee of a trophy. Managers should play a certain system to win. When you hear Pep Guardiola talk about football, he doesn't play like that so everyone says he plays fantastic football. It's because he thinks it gives them the most chance of winning.
Moment, they're not winning enough.
But can I just...
By
Yeah, but there's
playing
no
that
guarantee.
style,
But I'm saying there's no guarantee by playing that you win.
Tottenham are doing okay, by the way. They're in the right position in the league where they should be.
I think there's a feeling, from based on what this conversation, is that there's like there's a significant section of the Spurs fan base that want Conte out. Everyone's behind
No, I don't think there's there's just a few groans in there.
Yeah. I mean, when you get that at every Premier League when you play badly, and
United fans are really happy. So United fans they look at Ten Hag, they're losing games, they're not playing well, but they're not of the mindset that Ten Hag is not giving them the right football.
But we're a year into Conte's.
I know, I'm just saying, but Ten Hag in 6 months, I think United fans will still feel the same, that his football idea is correct.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, what needs to be remembered as well is when Conte took over, we were a shambles. We had absolutely no right to be in a conversation about getting the Champions League. Arsenal were miles ahead of us. In the last 6 games of the season, we had to win 6. We ended up winning 5 and drawing 1 by going to Anfield and drawing there. And the football, actually, in that last 6 games was excellent. We were scoring, we're second only to Bayern Munich for scoring goals since Conte took over. So I feel, and I might be a bit optimistic, this is a patch of poor form, predictable play, and that it will change. Because I've seen better from Conte's Tottenham, and I've seen him win the league with Inter Milan with 58% possession. He can play that way if he has the right players at his disposal, it might be a lot of nonsense about how many transfer windows he needs. If we can get it done in the next 2,
you think you'll
let's judge him then.
You'll get backed in January, you think?
Yeah, this is another
signs.
sort of fallacy around it. So firstly, it was, I can't believe Conte's gone to Tottenham. Then is how long is he going to be there? He's not going to be backed. He's been backed. And now it's like, well, he's too boring, he's going to go. Like, there seems to be this ongoing obsession with removing Conte from Tottenham Hotspur at all costs.
This manager does bring that conversation. I'm sorry, he just does. His nature of him does bring that conversation. Jose's the same at United. We always knew at United, 18 months in, 2 years in, that little sort of crack in the screen would occur, and you'd be thinking something's going to get back.
It's the cryptic press conference, isn't it?
Yeah.
Those type of things come out, don't they?
He doesn't sign the contract. It's like a short-term contract. It's that type of stuff that always seems to sort of evolve.
But we're living in Man City's world at the moment, where the thing that would have won you a trophy would have picked up a League Cup or an FA Cup in years gone by. If City decide to take those competitions seriously, odds are they win them, and all of a sudden you've traded up your happiness on a week-to-week basis of enjoying the football you're watching for this, like, well, that's going to give us a trophy, and you might get to a final and you could just lose to City, because that's what happens, and all of a sudden you've compromised what you wanted to see in the quest for silverware that might not be possible.
All of this has been compounded by certain other teams playing very good football and being.
And I'm going to mention one of those teams right now. One of those teams is Arsenal. We're going